What's going on today? Nothing? Anything? Anybody? Got anything? Leave it in the comments. If you get the rerun, got any questions? Got any catch me in any fibs? No one wants to do that, but y'all like to come in and tell me I'm crazy. Come on in and tell me I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Come on and do that too. You know what I mean? Try your very best to convince me that I should fucking become you. The world you guys have created. Let the pedophiles run wild and let's not question anything. And well, Jesus died for my sins so I can keep sinning. And I don't have to stand up for the right things. I just have to sit here and wait for him and believe that he's coming to get me. The signs are all there. Hey, should we take a look and say, hey, is the truth something that is a requirement? Like, to be with God because Jesus said so. But hey, those of you who want to live in his fake, go ahead. I don't know what happens. Is there hell? Do you bait? I don't know. I don't want to take my chances. I want to live in the truth and I want to find out what the truth is. And if I don't have the truth, I'll let go of the lie and get her on the truth. Fuck, this world's weird, eh? Epstein files came out. Is it everything we thought and dreamt? I don't know. I'm waiting for someone to clear it out and explain it to me in simple terms so I can understand it. You think it would have been easy. Pam Bondi, what a performer that one is, what a sick man Epstein was. We got 260 victims we have to protect. Oh my goodness, what a maniac Epstein was. There wouldn't have been a need for a maniac like Epstein if there weren't sick fucking clients. You know what I mean? No clients, no business. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just figuring, like, those flight logs would tell us who was at least there. You know what I mean? And hey, what would it hurt if someone's on the flight logs? They should be able to just explain, hey, until, unless they want to lie about it, knowing that God's real. That's the thing. Nobody thinks in terms of God actually being real. No, not at all. Just like la di di da di di da. I'm gonna tell you you're a fucking idiot, Carl, but you're telling me where I'm an idiot. I don't want to accept it, and I'm not gonna tell you why I'm not an idiot, but you're just a crazy person. Like, I don't know, man. That Brandy Day, she's got a broken brain, that one. Oh my goodness. Like, doesn't take a rocket scientist. If you answer these questions to yourself, do you think liars go to heaven? Do you think that people who purposely try to hurt people go to heaven? Guess what? Old Wadeski, I hope there's not hell for his sake. You know what I mean? But hey, if there is, I I don't want him there. I'm not the one that put him there. And I'm just giving my opinion based on the fact that I know that he's a liar and he likes to hurt people and he had a lot of hatred, and that probably doesn't land you in very good places. And you think hearing the truth like that might slap Brandy Day in the face and say, hey, Brandy, maybe shit's not right in your brain, but hey, you go Wade's way. But then again, am I the problem? Is God going to put me to hell for standing up for him when nobody else is? Hey, I don't want the pedophiles to rule the fucking world. You know what I mean? I want to figure out what the fuck's going on. If Trump's the good guy, I'm willing to fucking face it. You can see through my story, I yin yang on Trump. I don't know. You know what I mean? I want him to be good. You can see in my videos. But when the evidence points to his gain of the suffering, Those are not winning points for God. You know what I mean? He's in it to win it for himself. And, well, we have to admit he's a bit of a fucking egomaniac, right? I mean, Trump Gaza, why would you even post that to even have that fucking out there? But hey, we all gotta pay for our own. Can you imagine being Donald Trump and having to pay for being fucking dork, trying to manipulate his people for his gain? He can tell himself that he's trying to do the best for his people, but hey, if he's feeding his own ego and he's just trying to bring his people along because, hey, come on. Candace said it. That's why I got it on, but maybe he don't. You mean to tell me you don't know about the Marconi situation over there? Come on. Come on. He should be standing up for his citizen right now. But he ain't. He should be telling the world who these people are, but he wants to use that information to his advantage. You know what I mean? It's all part of the deal. It's like Zelensky now. Now he doesn't want to say he's a dictator. He will never say Putin's a dictator. It's like Justin Trudeau can't even say that. The guy from China, X or whatever his name is, isn't a dictator. He won't say it. They won't say it. It's quite disturbing, but hey, you know what I mean? He'll say everything but old Trudeau will, but he will not say dictator. It's like Trump with Putin. Now he's not saying it about Zelensky. Gonna work out that deal, gonna get those fucking rare earths for fucking another country. You guys get to build off their suffering. You know what I mean? And then again, you guys are gonna think it's all fair because, well, you help pay for the destruction, so you might as well get some gains out of it, Well, we try and think about this logically, right? I do anyways. Uh, to me, it seems like kind of a gain. You know what I mean? Russia's a world power. Anybody who thought Ukraine had a chance, I don't know. Would the Ukraine have a chance against the US? Do you want it? I never got it. I never got it. So that's why I always thought Bill Gates told me that, well, Ukraine before the war, got to get his statements after the war, but before the war, there's a video out there, his words coming out of his lips. Dirtiest country in the world. Cha-ching! Bada bing. It's a great little laundromat. But hey, like if you're really going to go to war and you're really fighting for something, shouldn't it be all, but there's rules to war, right? Like this is how stupid it is. Like if you were going to go against God and kill people, wouldn't you just go for the kill? Wouldn't you? Like you guys don't think that Russia could have just carpet bombed the fuck right out of fucking Ukraine? Just took it right off the map in no time. But instead, they play these little chess games back and forth, and we got the Azov battalion out there. Don't really know what it is. Like, if that rumor's true from that Max Blumenthal or whatever his name is, like the Israelis supporting that, like that's weird shit. Like that's I don't know. Maybe the rumors aren't true. I don't know. I've seen some patches and stuff. Like I told you guys, like the Eye of Horus on some of their patches. I think I showed him in a video, but hey, oh no. How do you take the Eye of Horus? I don't know. I don't know. There's many different variations of, but then again, remember, they do like to take God's symbols and fucking use them against God. That's the way Satan likes to work. You know what I mean? That's why the swastika isn't appropriate anymore, but I'm gonna carry that so when I fucking clear my name and prove that I am not violent and suicidal, and yet there's a fucking like I'm gonna carry a swastika. It ain't fucking cause Nazis. You know what I mean? It'll be for the Hopis. Cause I'll carry it with the fucking rainbow flag. No more for the fucking homosexuals. It belongs to the Homo sapiens. You know what I mean? Like they take everything of God's and they try and yucky it all up. But hey, nobody should be proud of their sexuality. They should be take pride in God and they'll take pride in themselves. But that's just my opinion. But hey, you know what I mean? I'm proud of myself. And they say pride isn't a good thing. It's what you gotta have a little bit of it. You gotta be happy with what you're doing. You know what I mean? But I think it's for God. So all my pride is for God. So hey, I guess it's really not for me. I'm just kind of proud of the way that I continue to do this thing that I believe is for God and that I'm not mentally challenged. It's just the world seems to be spiritually challenged and they don't understand what I say. Like I was talking about Pam there. Like, hey, if you think Epstein was just so terrible, you might want to show who his clients were. You know what I mean? Because if you take them down, there's no more Epsteins, right? But then there's Diddy. What all is going on there, right? But then again, Candace is about to prove that maybe Epstein didn't, or not Epstein, Weinstein. Weinstein maybe did a whole bunch of shit. Just not the shit he was charged for. But anyways, it's a weird world out here. Like, hey, I don't know. I think they should ask those victims if they want to be named instead of fucking like how hard would this have been just to put over the flight logs? Hey, here they are, people. Unredacted. Look, there you go. There's the total fucking flight logs. Dick Durbin, and I would have said her too. Dick Durbin should have had out there a long time ago. I don't know why he was blocking this shit. If there's something in it for him, or he's hiding something for somebody, or Dick Durbin's got a whole lot of problems. You know what I mean? To not want to know who's on that list is fucking really disturbing. And how the society just didn't care. The FBI is a bunch of useless, dumb fucks. Like, they have all the information. How long does it take to fucking, you know what I mean? So I'm strolling along here, and well, speaking of your FBI, guess what? They're trying to get in business with Dana White. Like, it just seems all sorts of wrong to me. Your FBI should not be getting in business with any fucking companies. You know what I mean? They should be able to stand solid on the truth. You know what I mean? They're there to represent the American people. They should not have a vested interest in any fucking companies. But then again, maybe you're going to say, hey, maybe they want to get these agents all trained up and they can be kung fu and they can be neos and they can fight for truth and justice, and we're not worried so much. To hire ex UFC fighters that are now coaches, or you know what I mean? Like a Dwayne. Ludwig or something, you know what I mean? Instead of getting in business, here's somebody to get in the FBI business. Help better the FBI, you know what I mean? But who knows what that's about, eh? Dana White's a fucking busy, busy man, eh? We talked about how Mark fucking Zuckerberg caused treason to the whole fucking world. You know what I mean? He had hid medical stuff and all that, where people were, judging to make crucial decisions, and he got to hold information back, and it maybe affected an election with the laptop, but then again, how long does it take the FBI to get out to the citizens what was on that laptop, right? But hey, we're not really worried about shit, you know what I mean? We're too busy. Well, when the Biden administration was out there, too busy enabling people, right? Being nice, accepting. Hey, we're the Biden administration and we're going to give out free crack pipes. Millions and millions of, like, you guys didn't understand your money was being spent stupidly. Like, you guys are buying paraphernalia for fucking junkies so they don't have to suffer. Maybe if they had to suffer, they wouldn't want to be junkies. Maybe you guys put that money into giving them a different vision so they don't have to see that while taking drugs is fucking looks better than the reality that's fucking placed in front of them. Maybe we could put that money towards building a better future for all of humanity, you know what I mean? But no, don't worry, I'm not just picking on your country because my country's really fucking stupid, right? Well, your country's doing it too. I don't know if they stopped it or not, but we're just selling hard drugs out on the streets of British Columbia. You know what I mean? But then again, to all the junkies who can't give it up, we'll give you a different kind of high and we'll be your supply and we'll make sure and Canadian tax dollars will pay for this. Like I said, instead of putting the money towards, hey, places for these people to reach out and get help because they got nowhere else to go. They've hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? Hit rock bottom, then maybe you want to get back up. But enabling, that's what we do these days. You know what I mean? Suboxone and fucking what's the methadone? Methadone in Canada. I know that one. There's in the next town over. You should fucking when the methadone clinic was over by the one Tim Hortons, and I'd go driving by first thing in the morning, go disc golfing down the road, and it was quite the sight. Lots of humans that didn't even know they were humans. Almost makes you want to cry. But there they were, all lined up like a herd of cattle, getting ready to get their fix on Route 66. Well, I mean, but hey, as long as they can keep your guys' brains busy and not thinking about what the actual problems are, you know what I mean? Let's not think about how pedophiles are out there fucking like just living life, loving it. And we don't care. Well, there's nothing we can do about it because we're just a bunch of losers. We have no power. How dare you tell us that, Carl? Well, show me where I'm wrong. Show me where I'm wrong. Hey, Kevin Spacey told me that he seen Bill Clinton with young girls on plane with Epstein and fucking Ghislaine Maxwell. Did you get that? Do you know that? Hey, I think the fucking Joe Biden's diary's real because I heard the audio of her saying it was hers and she'd like to have it back. You know what I mean? And it didn't make sense when James O'Keefe and others were getting raided and you know what I mean? Just little things like that. It's like the Buzz Aldrin thing. You know what I mean? Why do you punch a dude who just wants you to lay your hand on the Bible saying I went to the moon? I'm fucking like, you know what I mean? Like, I coulda respected if Buzz would have said, "Hey, little fella, I've done enough autographs today and done enough stuff." You know what I mean? "I'm all done there, little fella. Catch me another time," or something. I coulda fucking lived with that, but and the look on Buzz's face was like, anyways, life is funny. Life is but a dream. But Dana White's all over the streets. But you gotta ask yourself, the owner of the UFC and the WWE, the new guy, do you think he's riding with God, Ari Emanuel? Do you think being a dirtbag and going to God and saying, "Hey, it was my job. I had to build my kingdom, God." And then if anybody got in my way, I'd fucking crush the Badalni fucking bullshit right out of them. You know what I mean? Can you imagine the dirty shit that guys had to do for people in Hollywood? Oh, man. The stories are you could probably tell, eh? There'd be a whole manual out there. Hollywood's dirtiest secrets, probably, but who knows? Maybe Ari's with God, and I'm not judging him. It's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have that opinion. And if I ever get big enough to bother Ari, he can tell me where I'm wrong. Swear to God. Tell him the truth, Ari. See, see, I know God's real. See, I tell AD there's a chance God isn't real and that if I die, I'm wormy. But I don't really believe that, but I kind of have to because you just never know. But hey, I got every reason to know that God's real because I try and act in his son. You know what I mean? And I try to be one of his son's ray of sunshine by just trying to figure out what the truth is. Because if we as humanity don't know what the truth is, we're living in a delusion. You know what I mean? And I don't think people who live in delusions can't go to heaven if they never wanted to know the truth. You know what I mean? But Dana, I think it's really important that people are original. So at least you can trust who they are. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you said something before and then you say, "Hey, I learned from that," like people should just fucking let it go. But anyways, let's talk some Kid Rock. We're talking all the King's men, right? We got Dana, we got Cash Patel. Listen, none of those fuck faces are with God. I'm telling you, not a fucking one of them. Not a one of them. Not unless one of them's been willing to go to Donald Trump and say, "Hey, I don't think what we're doing in Gaza is good. If we're willing to gain off of their suffering and take from, I don't think that's something God's going to appreciate. But hey, we already might be paying for weapons of mass destruction, so let's take her all the way, boys." Oh, fuck. You know what I mean, George Bush. Hey, George, they can clap all they want at baseball games, bud. But when you take that final dirt nap, weapons of mass destruction are gonna come in your head fucking big, bad, and fucking well, bud, you made your decisions yourself. You can tell yourself you didn't wanna do it, but you did it and you stayed silent about it. So, hey, George, you enjoy your afterlife, sweetheart, because you earned it. Just like I'm earning mine. If I'm the bad guy, I'll get what I deserve. I So anyways, Kid Rock, right? We go ba 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 ba. We're fucking from a trailer. Da, 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 da. Wow. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I was lied to. I seen the house he grew up in. Didn't look like a trailer. It looked like something you could live in today, but he's got a White House he's living in now. Anyways, so yeah, the whole Bud Light thing, that seemed a little Scooby-Dooby. And knowing that the Bud Light guy that, well, charmed Kid Rock right out of his pants, the ex-CIA guy. Changed his mind on Bud Light. And anybody who thinks Bud Light's bad is a fucking idiot, even though I started the revolution. Uh, but then again, hey, if I'm lying, please someone let me know. But I heard from Jeremy, and maybe he's deleted the videos, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I heard it from him that Kid Rock lost the cock and he goes out in Tennessee and he goes looking for it. Now, I ain't got a problem if he's gay or anything like that. I want him to be with God. Whether he can be gay and be with God, that's for him to figure out. You know what I mean? It's our own personal relationships with the truth. If we find out ourselves that, hey, God accepts it, then hey, who are you to judge anybody else? You know what I mean? As long as they're not hurting anybody. See, because I think these fellas that I'm saying names are hurting a lot of people, and it's going to be a lot of karma for them. So I'm really concerned that they don't have the concept of God, nor do they have the concept of the devil. He's a liar, a big fat liar. He tells you the truth right at the very beginning. A liar. You can pick God or you can pick the liar. What do you think the truth is? Because that's what you got to be in. Not the truth that you want, but what is the actual truth? What can you figure out using common sense? Should Bill B. Gates be out on the streets if he's on the flight logs? Should. Like, here's the thing. Here's another thing. I don't understand why Hillary Clinton's not in jail because Donald Trump pretty much promised it last time, right? Like, I did watch, and it's fuck, it's on Roseanne's podcast. I watched the guy say that he was part of something where they caught Hillary doing some bad stuff, and Obama had that information and was going to use it against Hillary. You know what I mean? To control her. This is not what I'm making up in my head. It's on a podcast. Plus, there's the whole email scandal and all that other shit, right? And like, if we like, couldn't they do like an investigation? Like if that guy on Roseanne is lying, then I think he should go in jail for trying to destroy somebody's fucking life. You know what I mean? It should be like, hey, bud, do you want to retract your statement right now? Or do you want to, you always want to tell the truth. So is it the truth or not? You know what I mean? Because if you're not the truth, you might have to suffer. And AD believes there's hell. So that's eternity, right? And I believe we're all energy, right? So that's forever. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can work your way out of hell. I don't know. Is this hell? This has certainly been hell for me, Storm. Certainly hell. When I get to tell my story, you will be like if you actually like listen, you'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at how people are, bud. How we treat each other. Quite disgusting, dude. You know what I mean? Our police are in a whole world of trouble. Our Our workplaces have way more power over us than we fucking can even imagine, dude. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? They can, in fact, destroy your life. But hey, I'll have to explain that when the time comes, you know what I mean? I'll have to be able to prove it with receipts, Storm. Do I have the receipts to prove it? Well, I think I make a lot of people look really bad and really stupid, you know what I mean? For not standing up for the right things, you know what I mean? They'll have to admit that they lied to protect themselves. You know what I mean? Protect themselves. They don't wanna lose anything. Then again, you know what I mean? I don't even know what they said. But the best thing is, Storm, the best thing is I got some text, like, fuck, man. There's some people are just really stupid. They'll tell you the truth without even realizing they're telling you the truth. And you're just like, "Hey, thanks a lot, bud. Thanks for the evidence, the receipts." But anyways, you'll get to know what I'm talking about there, brother. God's people, me personally, I'm kind of fucking dumb, but yet a genius, dude. Yet a genius. Yet a genius. Here to fuck the world. Hey, bud. Storm, I'm here to fuck the world. Can you imagine? Just a little nobody thinking they're here to fuck the world. Hey, I get with the truth. You know what I mean? Stop playing in your fucking stupidity and your fucking delusions. Start figuring shit out. Hey, is Trump Gaza a good idea? Is that something you should stand behind? Because you'll have a lot of dead children on your conscience. You know what I mean? And well, you can't bring your consciousness up with, a lot of things on your conscience. You gotta let those things go. And well, if you got a bad leader, then you gotta let them go. But hey, is that the case? You know what I mean? Is he a psychopathic mental case, or is he really out just to win it for the American people, or what is it? Is it power? Storm. I think I don't know. Elon reminds me of Joseph Goebbels, but what do you think? Does he look like a Googler to you? With the chainsaw, he's always running around dancing and what's your thoughts on the penny band? Well, they did that in Canada a long time, bud. I mean, really, in all honesty, what is a penny even fucking worth anymore, dude? What is the sense? They got shit so high. What the fuck? Why even worry about a penny? It's just a waste of money now. It costs more to make it than it's worth, dude. Like, fuck, like, I don't know. They're saying there's gold missing out of Fort Knox. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Like, you wanna know who I think's really fake and fucking and looks like a hero over in your guys' cabinet? I don't even know who she represents, but Nancy Mace. She's kinda fucking she's kinda fucking wow. She looks the part, but if you actually pay attention, oh, baby, she needs some help from Jesus, I think. And I'm gonna explain where and why, okay? Because like, I seen an old interview. I seen it on and this was after I did videos on Nancy Mace before. What's his name? Canada hater. Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh. Old Nancy sitting down, telling the people exactly what she thought they wanted to hear at that time. And well, they were gonna pander to the transgenders, share bathrooms, all that. She was Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I misunderstood the thing, but it was to have tolerance and acceptance and stuff like that. So, we know that, what was going on in the swimming and other sports, and where was Nancy Mace then? But when Nancy Mace's space gets threatened, she's a superstar, she makes shit happen. No transgenders male transgenders allowed in the women's bathrooms. Done. Nancy Mace, done. For womankind, and they did cheer her, you know what I mean? Hey, to take charge. Where you fucking when your fellow sisters fucking needed you and the stupidity was going on, you were just, spitting out what you thought people wanted you to hear, right? Until it came to her. You. But then again, I saw another video where she's complaining that she's on video. I don't know what happened or nothing, but she wants to take care of that, make sure it's all taken care of. She needs to help people now, and she needs to be a voice because, well, it's happened to her. Nobody cares until it happens to them, eh? What about all the people that were videoed on Epstein Island? Like, we know there's videos. We know they got videos of everything because they told us. But what about those fucking people? No, Nancy Mace don't give a fuck about them, does she? You think she could have been dick down Dick Durbin's neck every fucking day? But hey, we can make it perceive however we want, right? Especially only when we're serving our own purpose, but we'll sound like a hero to others. That's just the way I took it. I might have it wrong. There might be part of the story I don't know. Well, that's the thing. The people could demand it. You know what I mean? They could demand it. Demand it. I tried that. Remember, I got my Captain Common Sense outfit, and I fucking tried to inspire fucking people to stand for children and be a superhero and make their own videos to Dick Durbin. And, maybe when he got enough fucking whoppers on his social media, he'd start paying attention, knowing that we're paying attention, that he don't fucking care. You know what I mean? It's fucking flight logs, dude. Fucking hand them over. The public deserves to know who was fucking children. You know what I mean? We have the right, but I couldn't pull anybody together. But then I go a step further. I'm like, hey guys, help me get this message to Trump. I'll look like an idiot again. Maybe Trump can inspire all of you guys to get a hold of Dick Durbin. You're right, but people gotta band together. Well, that's what I've been saying. Hey, we gotta get with the truth, or at least want it. You know what I mean? Be willing to ask a few questions, because if you don't ask questions, you'll never get your answers. You know what I mean? And they don't want you guys asking questions. They just want to give you your answers. And it's bullshit. Have you ever tried writing or calling Trump? Yeah, if you got a line so I can get all the Trump, I would. That'd make this a whole lot easier. Hey, bud, the Mashiach's here. You got some decisions to make, bud. Do you want to keep playing with the dev, or you want to start searching for the truth there, brother? Because you're headed for a whole lot of karma there. You know what I mean? Like, God's real, Trumper. Like, think about what you're doing there, brother. You can convince your people you're doing it for them, but hey, don't be a Caesar. You know what I mean? I don't think that goes well in the end. Listen, Anton LaVey, you guys think you guys would have learned from him. You know what I mean? The last words of a man who is an idiot are, oh my gosh, oh, what have I done? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know. Did they make that up? Is that just fairy tale? I don't know. What do you When do you believe people and when do you not believe them? It's like the whole fuck storm. And somehow I'm supposed to feel like the idiot, like I'm the fucking problem for thinking Ryan Upchurch was chosen at one time because he totally wants you to think it. He fucking says it, not just in his songs. You know what I mean? He's on video more than a few times. He sent things out saying that he's here working for Jesus. It's all lies, dude. You know what I mean? If he was working for Jesus, he would have the truth. He would get up on panel with Adam Calhoun and whoop his fucking ass with the truth if he had it. But in this circumstance, he's scared of the truth. Ryan only likes to use the truth when it's on his side. You know what I mean? He's willing to show it all and tell all, and you know what I mean? Hey, you can't pick and choose what sides of the truth you want to be on. You know what I mean? God says in the Bible, pick a side. Pick a side. Either you want to know what the truth is and you want to follow a few simple rules. Storm. Not even the Ten Commandments. Let's not take that in even consideration. The native, the seven. You know what I mean? The seven signs to take you to the good spirit world. Hey, is that really hard? You know what I mean? Doesn't mean be a kiss ass and fucking everybody thinks that spirituality is about fucking holding each other's hand and skipping through the fucking I don't know. It's about us connecting and learning from each other. We are so far behind the times right now, you know what I mean? It's because we won't connect. We don't want to know what the truth is. We want to let some fucking dorks, like George Soros even tells us, I'm the art of perception. Perception. I love the philosophy of perception. Well, George, I like to live in reality. You know what I mean? And well, I think you make us live in a shitty one. So I'd like to change that. And well, you can take your oogity boogity boogity boo little witchcraft and stick it right up your kabooski. You know what I mean? But hey, with how many boyfriends he probably has, it's probably a loose kabooski, eh, Storm? Those guys are into some weird shit, I think. You know what I mean? Well, look at the Macrons. You know what I mean? They're in with the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds. Macron is, Klaus Schwab proudly announces Macron and Justin Trudeau. And what if they're just a band of just little demons all the time? Little island hoppers. People are stupid. Right? But what do you think it would take to unbrainwash people? Hey, do you think like a big spacecraft coming out? Do you think that would but then again, a lot of people would think that it was demons. You know what I mean? Maybe it is demons, but would they take the time to listen and try and understand, or would they already hate? Or would it oh my goodness. You know, do you think Bob Lazar AD thinks Bob Lazar is a fake. Do you think Bob Lazar is a fake? Like, if Bob Lazar is a fake, he would bake. We should ask Bob Lazar, "Hey, bud, if there is a heaven, are you lying? Don't be lying. Now's your time to be reborn, bud." Take your because he says something about a religious book on top of the aircraft. Like, not on top of the aircraft, but information on top of what he said about the aircraft. And it talks about these bodies just being canisters, hey? Some weird stuff. He didn't really wanna go into it too much, but He did mention it. Can you imagine if they have a book like that, your government? They wouldn't do that, would they, Storm? Your government wouldn't hide things like that. Or is Bob Lazar a big fat liar? But you think the government would do things about big fat liars like that? They wouldn't let people make money off of fucking lies. They they would expose them and put them in jail because that would make the government look bad, right? Like, hey, the government's hiding the fact that they have spaceships, guys, and they have a religious book. Like those kinds of people need mental health help. Those are fucking lies that just they cause delusions. You know what I mean? But are they lies? They're just my mind. Everything will be okay. Here's the deal. I'm not so optimistic. See a lot of stupidity in the world. I live around it. And so I'm surrounded by it. So I'm not so optimistic that people even want to get with the truth. I know I'm trying to set myself right. And I keep setting myself up even more right by doing right by God. And if I'm doing right by God, I'm trying to help as many people as I can. But I can't save anybody, Storm. You know what I mean? I don't know. People got to want to save themselves. And that's through the truth. That's through the Christist. My hero. My hero, Christ. I'll die for him, Storm. You gotta be willing to die for him. Gotta be willing to do the things he was willing to do for you. You know what I mean? He gave you that opportunity if you want to take it. Or you can sit in the Christian way of thinking where, hey, you just, and it's not that they make it fucking so hard. They make it so complicated. That's the problem. They use the book to their advantage. You know what I mean? When it clearly just tells you 10 simple rules. Here's some stories of people who got to experience God. And well, it's not such a good time. Like, I know you guys like to think of them as the heroes, but actually put yourself in their situations because I have. Like I said, old Jeremiah, I've been on my knees going, God, come on, this ain't an easy task. Thinking, well, I can change the world, and I have to say I'm the Mashiach and the Messiah, and everybody's gonna hate me because, well, I just think the truth is the way, and I think that's what the Bible says. You know what I mean? And I think those are what Jesus says in the Bible. The Bible has the 10 simple rules, and then it says, hey, the guy's coming. That's who you want to be with. The guy who's coming. And then when he came, he showed us the way. You know what I mean? Picking up the cross, standing up for women and saying, hey, no dudes should be in women's sports. But somehow that just fucking happened right underneath my nose. And I'm just like, how is no one else fighting for this? This is stupid. Is there anybody else out there that's awake that doesn't think that this is ridiculous? But to each their own. I mean, men, men want to feel superior, I guess. I don't know. That's the thing, Storm. What do you think? I have this idea. There's a reason they all get these new aircraft. Yeah, yeah. Did you read both comments with that? Maybe not. I don't know. I'll go back and take a look, bud. I asked what it's gonna take. I replied a lot. Read their info in the next comment. I had it split. Yeah, I wanna yeah, let's see. They'll wait till we're in our deathbed to release any of the clients. Yeah, I don't get that. But Pam Bondi likes to paint a picture of such an evil man, and we're gonna get that information instead of like, hey, these are evil fucking clients. And here's some flight logs for you people to keep you busy while we go through the rest of the stuff. There's some videos and stuff probably, right? I think a lot of us are here for a bigger purpose. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, Storm. I think I'm part of that bigger purpose, but for some reason I'm ridiculous, but nobody will show me where I'm ridiculous. It's that they just don't want to see who they are, right? You know what I mean? Hey, you can you can accept it or not, you know what I mean? The truth is the way. I don't know any other way to say it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking like, you should want the truth. You should wanna know if you're living in a delusion or not. Asking a little question shouldn't be so hard, but hey, I don't know, Carl, maybe I've seen the FG huge right over my head and experienced mine speak for the very first time, but the weird part is I heard my uncle in the state of, "Oh, we're screwed," say in my mind, "Everything will be okay." Well, Storm, I think I'm reading this right, but like I said, if I have to read a lot, I that's why I sit with the Bible and I actually like if I say a Bible verse, I've already I've already went over it and tried to break it down on what I think it means, but and if I read multiple verses, it's like I can read, but it's a you know what I mean? See, I think we're fine. If we wanna be fine, we can be fine. If we don't wanna be fine, then we're not fine. But every individual has to determine that for themselves, right? How much are you willing to give to the truth? That's up to the individual, right? But here's the deal, when we wanna learn the truth, it does fucking hurt. It hurts like a motherfucker, Storm. It hurts bad. It hurts really bad. But once you accept it, you become a better man for it, and you'll learn from it, and you'll use it in your future endeavors, you know what I mean? Do you think maybe things like here's the deal. I think God made us, he gave us free will, right? He gave us an idiot to choose because we have in order to have free will, right? Right? Like, does that make sense to you? He had to like the devil only exists because God allows him to, right? Do you think God's letting humanity dictate its course? Think that's a possibility? You know what I mean? He gave us an idiot as a choice, and it seems like a lot of people, a lot of the world have decided to pick the idiot when being with the good guy is way better. You know what I mean? Like, it's but unfortunately, the devil likes to make people feel good, likes to make fun of people like me who point things out, and nobody will show us where we're wrong, but just tell us we're wrong. You've seen The Craft? Uh, when you were 16? See, I used to think I saw stuff, but it'd be so quick that I'd be like, "Nah, nothing." You know what I mean? But no, I've never seen a crowd. Well, that's not true. That's I think I did. I was pretty high on just weed, but I'm pretty sure, and I had an experience, but it wasn't a meeting or anything like that, you know what I mean? I wanna share that another time because it's kind of fucked up. Almost not believable, you know what I mean? I can't Storm, when I say I can pull receipts out, I can't really pull receipts out on this, you know what I mean? I'd have to have a video of it or something, and, I really don't, and it's it sounds crazy, but anyways, I'm gonna go. I might come back on later, but I think I lost everybody because my count is 0. Oh, well. Like I've always said, these videos are for the future, to help the future, to show people how we need to change so we can shape the future and we don't continue acting like people on YouTube.